Greetings, Soul Tribe, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sacred Temptress 555, and for those of you who are new here, I ask that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, especially if you're taking the time to listen or watch this video. For those of you who are already subscribers, my gratitude to you. I'm finishing off the sequel with a special message on how to master self-control before reacting to challenges or impulsive behavior. To wrap it up, today's topic is solely focusing on how to say no and continue to still feel empowered while doing so. Saying no might be one of the hardest things to do, especially when it comes to food, sex, scrolling on social media, peer pressure from friends, or even just to anything intriguing or tempting that we know we shouldn't do. In this video, you will need a notebook and a pen, as I will be providing a journal writing activity for you that takes roughly around 20 minutes to complete. Now, this is not mandatory. However, if you do need a boost on saying the word no to your temptations and desires, I recommend taking your time with this activity, or you can revisit at a later date. What does no even mean? And why is it important for us to use on an everyday basis, especially when temptations arise? No is used as a form of expression to refuse or disagree. When it comes to our temptations and desires, we usually struggle to refuse by telling ourselves, just this one time, or it's not going to hurt this one time. If we can say yes to our temptations and desires, we can stand firm and say no by refusing and disagreeing with taking that action. People look at the word no as a negative form of expression, but actually, the word no is a very powerful word used when we are applying self-discipline, self-control, and willpower. Saying no is important for when temptations and desires arise because it builds our inner strength to our discipline. When we build inner strength to our discipline, we can achieve long-term goals when building self-mastery, which is needed in order for us to stand firm within our purpose and personal values and integrity. When we constantly say yes to our temptations and desires, we lose integrity and our personal values, along with falling out of alignment with our inner strength and discipline. We also lose focus on certain goals we attempt to accomplish, especially when we have goals set in stone to quit a bad habit or to even turn to healthier alternatives. We lose touch with our core values and principles that we create within ourselves because we keep giving into our desires without thinking of the consequences that they can lead up to. The word no becomes a powerful word when you stand firm on your actions behind it. We can still say no, but then still see ourselves digging back into temptations. That's because our actions may have no true attachment and meaning to our willpower and be a decision made without committing to ourselves. In the next section of this video, I'll be sharing a journal prompt for you to use in order to learn how to say no and still feel empowered. As I mentioned earlier, you will need a pen and a notebook at this time, and at least 20 minutes of your time. Let's begin. What does saying no mean to me? Write how it feels in your body and mind when you say no. For example, is it peace, guilt, strength, or freedom? What temptations or habits do I often say yes to that drain my energy? Be honest about what situations, people, or feelings make it hardest to stay disciplined. If I said no to one temptation today, how would my future self thank me? Visualize how your life would shift if you practiced restraint in that one area. How can I replace temptation with something healing or empowering? For each temptation, list one mindful or creative activity that brings you back to balance, like journaling, meditating, or deep breathing. I trust that you found this journal activity helpful. Remember to look over your answers at a later date so you can see and feel your growth. Every time temptations arise, you can also ask yourself, what boundaries can I set that protect my peace and self-respect? You can write 1 to 2 boundaries that would help you honor your higher self in moments of temptation. Here are a few practical steps that you can use to boost your actions behind the word no. These steps can be used either for food temptations, acts of infidelity, or any materialistic desires or instant gratification. You can pause before you act. When a craving arises, take a deep breath and pause for 60 seconds. This breaks the automatic impulse and gives your mind time to think instead of reacting. You can identify the root cause of your craving. You can ask yourself, what am I really craving? Often, it's not the food, habit, or person. It's comfort, peace, or distraction from some sort of inner pain. You're basically finding the root cause to your craving, and with awareness, it brings on the power to know the true reason of your cravings. You can replace the habit and not erase it. Instead of simply saying no, replace the craving with a healthier alternative. Drink water instead of juice, stretch or read a book instead of being a couch potato, write in your journal instead of gossiping, or take a walk if you feel the urge to argue. Replacement retrains the brain. You can keep triggers out of your sight. Our environment shapes our behavior. You can remove the things that tempt you and fill your space with things that support your higher self, such as eating fresh fruits, lighting candles, or even finding a new circle of friends. You can speak affirmations out loud, because speaking affirmations out loud or even just in your mind brings power to your actions and to the way you think. I have plenty of affirmation videos on my page that you can utilize for certain topics related to relationships, temptations, and mastering yourself. You can also say these words of affirmations or create your own that can align with you and your purpose. I am stronger than this craving. My peace is worth more than a moment of pleasure. I choose what serves my soul. You can stay hydrated and well rested. Fatigue and dehydration mimic hunger and desire. A well-nourished, rested body craves less because it's already in balance. You can journal your feeling from each craving. When the craving appears, write down what you're feeling. Similar to the previous journal activity in this video, your patterns will reveal themselves over time, such as emotional triggers, times of the day, or certain moods. This might be the most effective activity, especially for beginners. You can visualize the aftermath. Before giving in, imagine how you'll feel after. Will you feel drained or disappointed? You can visualize the outcome by creating many scenarios that can affect your being or even create scenarios that could hurt others. When you visualize the many scenarios of possible outcomes, it helps you in making the appropriate decision. You can create a spiritual routine. You can meditate, pray, or even ground yourself daily. Even just sitting in stillness can help master your temptations and cravings. It teaches you that not every desire deserves attention, and true freedom comes from self-control and self-discipline, which of course starts from within. In conclusion, learning to say no is an act of sacred and disciplined power. It's not rejection, it's more like redirection. Every time you say no to temptations, impulsive behavior, or fleeting desires, you say yes to your peace, your growth, and your higher purpose. Remember, your will is a divine force that you hold within. In every moment you choose discipline over impulse, your spirit expands. If you haven't completed the journal activity yet, save this video and return to it when you're ready. And if you're still learning how to master your self-control, take a moment to go back and listen to my previous videos to this sequel as they are all connected. If this message resonated with you today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You never know who may need the extra boost of courage to rise above temptation and return back home to their higher self. If you're already a subscriber, my gratitude to you. Until next time, stay grounded, stay disciplined, and stay divine.
We could be something good.